Well, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be in the Cessna 188 AgPlane, AgTruck here, and we're going to be doing a little crop dusting flying. So I am not a professional at doing this. I've never flown a crop duster. I've never even flown this aircraft other than in XPlane. I am a real pilot, however, but I do not fly crop dusters. But I've flown this a couple of times. It's a complete blast, so I'm going to try to keep on getting more proficient at it. If anybody is real crop dusters out there and you have any tips or tricks, let me know, because everything I've learned is just off watching YouTube videos and seeing you professionals flying this thing. So it also doesn't have any of your fancy GPS systems. So I don't have any arrows telling me to go left or right. So what I've done, kind of make up for that, we'll see how well it works, is, and I'll throw this up on the screen so you guys can see it, but I've taken XPlane and just gridded out a pattern using an aerial view close over here. We're over in Willows right now, California. There's tons of farmland around here. So just kind of picked an easy plot. There's a couple farmhouses, a couple trees around it, but nothing too drastic for a first shot at this. So rolling this together. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't crash. I've had a couple successful flights in this, but I'm just trying to get used to the angles, putting the flaps down in the turns, banking, coming close to the stall, and getting the right heights above the field. So I'm probably going to be off on some of that. But let's get started here. Get inside the cockpit. I really like also how this plane is detailed. They did a really nice job on this plane. I mean, just the grime and the dirt, it doesn't look new. Look at the metal is worn down. I mean, this is pretty realistic to how planes look. Got dirt here, but the textures are really good. I'm pretty impressed with the quality of this plane. And by the way, I got this on sale last week for, I think, God, something crazy, $9, $10. All right, let's set our altimeter, which is pretty much set right now. Yep, it's set right. Which, honestly, doing this, I haven't even looked at it. When I was testing this plane out, I never looked at my altimeter. So, all right, I'm going to get to my checklist, and we'll get going here. All right, mixture is going rich. Throttle is closed right now. Propeller, high RPM. Master switch is coming on. Prop area is cleared. Yep, no one's going to get wiped out by our prop out there. All right, magneto switches are going on. And auxiliary fuel pump. This I've noticed from videos. I believe when they really start these planes, only the right button goes on, but on this one, the emergency is also going on, and that's not correct from what I've seen online. So that's modeled a little bit wrong, but it still works. Throttle idle, and all right, we're going to come up on the throttle. We're looking for 8 to 10 gallons fuel flow, and then back down again. There we go. And then aux fuel goes off. We'll gauge the starter and bring up our throttle. I love how this thing sounds too. Yeah, I get to sit there and listen to that. That thing sounds badass. All right, everything looks good. Everything is set. Get our seatbelts on for this crazy ride. And we'll taxi out and then do our run up here. Brakes coming off. I do in real life fly a tail dragger. I fly a Luscombe. It's an awesome plane, so I am used to flying tail draggers. Although I will say the first couple times I've tried this plane out, just messing around with it before I did a video with it, I've had a hard time with takeoffs on this. So we'll see how it goes today. I don't think realistically it probably handles like it was handling for me on the ground. Tail draggers are different, but they're not that different. Now maybe crop duster like this, maybe it is that much more difficult. You're carrying a lot of weight. I think I'm carrying 400 pounds, I think, of spray right now. Yeah. Door check. Elevator trim set. Canopy doors closed. We'll go windows closed. See how the sound level is. Probably come up a little bit. Again, I want to go up too much because it's hard to hear when I'm doing the video. All right, throttle 1700. Engine instruments check. Magnetos check. Left. All right. Propeller cycle. All right, high RPM on my prop. Flight instruments are set. And we'll check on the outside. All right, we're good. Mixture is rich. Props are forward. Filter down. All right, let's roll. On the brakes. To right crosswind. Coming up. Alright, head to our spray area. Now we can lose a little altitude. But the fields that we're going for are right past the airport here. This whole field to the left of us, so I'm just going to do a first pass here, and then A to B line, come around and start spraying. I think you usually make an A to B line on both sides before you actually come around, but someone can let me know that. Some professional out there. Again, I don't have a computer to actually make the lines up, right? It doesn't make a difference. Alright, first pass coming up. Roll off here. Ooh, sprayer. Sprayer on. See, ooh. See, my sprayer's not coming on every time. I don't know what's going on with that. It's a good pass. Just the sprayer didn't come on. Alright, well we're just going to assume that I got chemical coming out. Second pass. See if I can get the sprayer right. There we go. Alright, got that working now. Let's see what we can do here. Next pass. See, it's not coming on again. There it is. Alright, here we go again. Well, I feel like I'm keeping fairly good lines for the most part, better than I was doing before. I think somewhere in here. That time the sprayer's working. Oh, it's working that time. Yeah, there's so much to think about when you're doing this. That's why I'm not talking a lot, because you got to really concentrate. Especially being new at this, trying to figure this out. I'm trying to pay attention to forward flight, make sure my lines are straight too. Or at least I'm close. I know I'm not doing a perfect job. Probably overlapping and that kind of thing. Missing some spots. Well, at least the sprayer's working a little better. noticed watching my GPS lines on ForeFlight is really helping too. I kind of gauge where I'm coming in. But I got to really pay attention to it because it's not what you're supposed to use it for. But it's very humbling. The guys that do this for a living, my hat's off to them because it takes a lot of work, a lot of skill, a lot of thinking. This has got to be tiring doing this. I heard these guys work 11, 12 hours a day sometimes. If anybody does crop dusting here in California and catches this video, I'd love to come out and visit and see what your whole operation is and film it. That'd be awesome to come out and experience it. Let me know. So I think almost, or a lot of these guys use turbines now also nowadays. So now I know why they put the oil pressure and the gauges on this Cessna right at the top right there. Because everything down below doesn't really matter when you're doing this. Really pay attention to your, just all by feel and engine noise and making sure you don't stall it. And your visual is huge. It's really all by feel. My fuel, quarter of a tank. When it's done with this fuel, then we're going back, so we should be good. I'm pulling about 90 through these turns. Someone wants to let me know that's a crop duster, if that's about right for the AgTruck here for the Cessna. That'd be awesome. It's a big field I picked. I wonder it took me a while to set it up too. Others must love when you fly over low like that over them. I also know if I use my side window with the horizon, that's actually working too. I wasn't doing that before. It makes it a little easier to know what your angle of attack is. A little too far of a turn that time. I think I'm getting a little sloppy. I'm getting tired a little bit. I'm doing around 120 across the field. Come back around. kind of fun buzzing the cars. Now it does start getting easier the more and more you do it. I will say that it starts becoming like muscle memory. Now whether I'm doing this right at all and I'm having bad muscle memory, or I'm doing this right, who knows, but it'd be nice to know. Anybody that does this for a living, let me know if I'm even close to what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm using a Logitech Pro stick for this, and then I have my Satyr quadrant for my throttle. I usually use the honeycomb yoke, but it didn't work good for this. You definitely need a stick, and my Luscombe is what I have in my tail dragger. I have a stick also, so I'm definitely used to the stick. That helps, because it is different if you haven't flown a stick before. Get used to it. Alright, 2 more passes and we should be done. Maybe 3. That was a pretty big field actually to take on for the first time. Notice my legs are getting a little bit of workout. I have rudder pedals, and granted, you don't even have to push as hard as you would on real rudder pedals on these. Well, it's like my Luscombe. My Luscombe's really easy. Anyway, my Luscombe's actually might be easier than these pedals, but yeah, they're getting a little bit of a workout. Looks like we're going to have it in 1 more pass after this. Oh, damn, we're empty. Close to it. Burn the fuel. Good thing it was the last pass and we go homebound. Squares on. Last pass. Look at that field. That was a big field. We're out of here. There's our airport right there, nice and close. Sure what the winds are doing. Yeah, we're literally on empty, or close to it. Alright, see what the winds are doing here. Quick pass. Yeah, 3-4. Alright. Couple some flaps. Full flaps. Alright, get some much needed fuel, shut her down. All switches off. Thanks for coming along for that first crop dusting experience. It was different than what I usually do here on XPlane. Usually I'm going cross countries, doing a lot of IFR, do a lot of GA planes. Once in a great while, I'll do like a jet. I like to do a lot of turbines, Cessna caravans, things like that. So I'll be putting videos up showing that. And then any tips and tricks I can share. And if you guys get any tips, share them back. Other than that, it was a heck of a lot of fun. So I'll be doing this again, posting more crop dusting videos. Like I said, if you're a real world crop duster, let me know. Love to know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I could do to make it easier on myself. Anyways, again, thanks for riding along, and I'll see you on the next flight.